teeing up the same question from earlier. And David and I were talking just while you were getting back in with us about the outtakes, about Donald Trump's culpability, about what he refused to say. But teeing back up the question I asked you, the highest ranking aide we know of in the White House, Mark Short, facing the DOJ grand jury. What does that mean?
I think, David, early on, before I unfortunately zoomed out, used the metaphor of, drowning in information. A couple of the committee members have talked about the floodgates opening, the dam beginning to break. So a lot is coming out. And one of the effects of the committee's investigation is prying witnesses loose who otherwise were reticent. And as Merrick Garland himself has said, and as the New York Times has reported, it has had a way of jolting the Department of Justice to some extent. And so clearly that investigation is heating up. And witnesses seem more willing now to come forward, both with the committee and with all the extra tools that the Department of Justice has to come forward in that grand jury investigation. So I think this is the beginning. We'll see, so there's a trickle and there'll be a flood. Yeah,
that's the feds. Then can we talk about Georgia?
Mm-hmm.
So you got this news you got this news that the governor of Georgia is headed in that DA probe. That's a big deal. Of course, he did at times clash with Donald Trump over some of these illicit or possibly illegal demands. Here's the headline. Georgia Governor Kemp will testify in probe over Trump's bid to overturn the election. What do you see going on down there? And is it past the point of no return legally where it looks like somebody's going to get charged with something? Or is it still possible that they go this far and stand down, in your view?
It's certainly legally possible, but by all indications, Fani Willis is going somewhere and doing something. There's been a blizzard of target letters and subpoenas within the past few weeks. It's not a narrow focus. It seems quite wide. It seems like it might encompass even racketeering charges, not just obstruction or, election interference. And so I think it would be surprising, just having been around these kinds of investigations for so long, to see a thud at the end of this. I think she has her eye at least on some targets. Remains to be seen, of course, how high up the targets will go.
And finally, what does it mean and why send target letters like that?
And why? Oh, you cut out. What's that? What does what mean?
I said, no, don't hang with me. I just said, why would someone send, a DA send a target letter like that?
I think it certainly is a signal of what she's doing. And I think it certainly makes, it gives notice, of course, to potential targets. And it shows how focused she is and how far-ranging her investigation is. And I think it has the same effect, perhaps, as some of these hearings that we've been seeing. It will pry witnesses loose, give them cause for concern. And so it might have this salutary effect of bringing people out of the woodwork and encouraging them to testify.
Yeah, understood.